We are all encouraged at some point in our lives to work hard and achieve great things on our own. But truly, is this a journey that one must embark in isolation? Dear friends, on 10th of May 2011, in a corner of a public library where I was reading, I had a dream. I had a dream, but not like Martin Luther King Jr. It was about becoming a voice of hope and aspiration for those in despair, especially for people of my kind who sleep and wake with prejudice and stereotype in the world they live in. However, I soon realized that I lacked the required capacity or skills to turn my dreams into reality. As such, I decided to seek out for mentorship. So I reached out to someone that I admire so much, whom I thought that also believed in me. For the purpose of this speech, let's call him Mentor J. Mentor J is 6 feet tall, dark in complexion, very intelligent and confident of himself, speaks Queen's English like some Toastmasters. The very day I shared this dream I had in the public library with Mentor J, I experienced one of the most horrible advice of my life. As I walked into his office that cool afternoon with great hope and optimism, after exchanging pleasantries with him, I said to him, "Sir, I have a dream of becoming a voice of hope, using my voice to amplify hope and aspiration in the world that I live in." Do you know what he said at the end? He said to me, "My dear Pascal, you don't need to bother yourself about dreams and aspiration. I think what we just need to do for you is to get a wife for you, set up a small shop for her so that she can use that to take care of you. Because of your condition, you don't need to stress yourself." Gosh. At that point, I became depressed like someone who used his last money to vie for election in Nigeria and lost. Upon all the beautiful things that life has to offer, the only thing that Mentor J wants me to settle for is for someone taking care of me. At that point, I left his office with the belief that if Mentor J, who I believe so much, could look down on my abilities at that point, that is to say that no one ever could ever believe in me. At that point, I decided to stereotype myself and believe that nothing ever good could ever come from me. 10 years down the line, while I was still in search of how to turn my dreams into reality, a friend of mine invited me to what I learned today as Toastmasters meeting, my first ever Toastmasters meeting. And I liked everything from the speech organization, from the leadership. I loved everything about the club. But I had one major concern. Because I hope they will not still discourage me or talk me down as I experienced in the hands of Mentor J. Do you know why I say so? Because some of them I saw in Toastmasters also speak Queen's English like Mentor J. So thereafter, I registered and my Toastmasters journey began. Later on, I was signed to a mentor who happens to be one of the finest mentors I've ever come across. It was Master Kachi. Few months later, it was time for the international speech contest. As usual, she talked me in to take part in that contest. While she was preparing me for this contest, one morning I wake up. I record what Mentor J said about me. Fear and doubt kicked in immediately. I immediately reached out to her and told her that, TM Kachi, I will no longer take part in this contest. But as usual, she was not having any of that from me. She said, you must contest. You have a story and you have a voice. This is your opportunity. For many reasons, I couldn't say no again. And I took part in that particular contest. Trust me, that was the embryo or the beginning of something great, something new in my life. Imagine that Toastmasters did not provide mentorship. What could have happened? Perhaps I would have been still sitting in a corridor thinking about what Mentor J did to me. Dear friends, mentorship is not just guidance. It is the powerful catalyst of growth that drives change in an individual's life. And it builds in what? Integrity, trust, and open connection. At every point in our lives, you always need a mentor who will mentor you to put you through whatever thing that you want to do in life. As a mentor, you have the privilege to bring forth your experience, whether it's a good or bad experience, for other people to learn and make things great for their life. And I urge all of us today, whether you are a mentor or a mentee, mentorship is all you need to achieve the next goal you have. Let us master of the day.